Hi guys. Let's see. What is how come it's not
Go to the other camera temporarily. I'll fix it.
Okay. Hi everybody. Oh. All right. Welcome. First camera just kind of went off on me for a second there. So, hi everybody. It is Friday once again, and we are live. David is trying to fix the camera, so there's that. All right. I've got some fun stuff going on for you guys today. I'm going to do some St. Patrick's Day themed things, so I'm very excited about that. I've got some really fun artwork to show you guys, and yeah, but I can't get the artwork to work because it's on the wrong camera. No big deal. So I'm going to play my favorite game, well, my new favorite game, The Price is Right with Sprite. I've got some great, we're going to be doing some fun stuff in the oven, which is right over here. Hey, Pam. And yeah, and you're going to win some great artwork, which maybe you can see in just a second if David can get the camera working. So, all right. I got some fun stuff coming up. Next weekend, David and I will be in Irving, Texas. We're going to be at the NBM show there. Very excited for me. I am teaching my very first NBM class. That's going to be Friday the 13th. Of course, it is free to get into the class, and you guys can get a coupon for the voucher for the entrance fee. If you call your sales rep, they can give you a coupon to get into the show for free. Did you fix it? He didn't fix it. No big deal. All right, what else? Oh, and David's class is Thursday, March the 12th. So his class is Thursday, March 12th. My class is Friday, March the 13th. And yes, I did change my hair color. Thank you for noticing. Also very, very exciting. We have the White Toner Academy, which is coming up on April the 18th, and that's here in Mobile at Conde Systems. So that's really fun. It's going to be Doug, some of the guys from Oki, some of the guys from Forever that are going to be doing in-house training, and that's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to that because I don't know as much as I should about our white toner printers, so I'm looking forward to that. You can sign up right now online. You can also buy tickets. Space is available. Space is limited is what I meant to say. And then in a couple of weeks, we're going to be doing a webinar with ASI. They are a company that we partner with, and it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be doing promotional products, so I'm looking forward to that. Okay, I feel like we're really close to each other today. You guys can see all my flaws. All right. So I guess while David tries to get the camera to work, I'm going to press some stuff. So one of the things that David wanted me to do is I see a lot of people all the time have problems with red, and that's because the red that you use in the color chart or like on the color palette is just a standard 100 RGB red, and so a lot of times that comes over as orange or maybe a little funky. So what we've done is on dietrans.com/documents, we have created a PDF color chart for you guys to download. And so all I did was I downloaded this, I loaded it into Corel, and then I'm just going to print it on a piece of metal. And after I determine which color I like, I'm just going to use my eyedropper tool, find out what the actual RGB value are, and then use that for my red. So it's really easy. Like I said, I think actually I have a video on Condé TV about how to do this, just not about the red one exactly. So the red color chart is under dietrans/documents. Yes, so really good. And then you just press it and you can look. So different substrates have different color qualities. So if I was going to do you know, this metal, and then I wanted to use the same color on a shirt, I need to press the color chart on the shirt because that base material changes the color of the ink. So really helpful. It's just called, I think, called the red color chart.
Yeah, I'll talk about it in just a minute, but I'm working on the camera here. Sorry, but the red turns out to be probably the most challenging color for us to really pick out, simply because our eyes are very, very sensitive to all the different reds, from a fire engine red, Coke red, you name it. And typically, what folks do to find the red is they go pick out a 255-00 red, which turns out to be a slightly orangish red, so it's not what people want. And then they start doing crazy things to get that red. Well, doing crazy things isn't going to help the situation. What you need to do to solve spot color issues, if you've ever been watching all my stuff, is print a darn color chart. So one day, I was speaking with the folks at Corel, my good friend Roger Wambach, and he said, "Well, let's get a solution for you. Let's come up with a red color chart for you." So we worked a little bit with the Corel folks to indeed come up with exactly what we need, and now it's a PDF, and so if we've got a video that shows you where to find this particular color palette deep within Corel under Windows color palettes. And so Roger and the folks there at Corel were very accommodating to helping with this project. Now it's not one of those kind of projects, Sprite, I don't know why it's not working. We're just sort of stuck with this, I think, for now.
Okay. Hey, go get me a pair of scissors.
Okay.
Or I tell you what, we'll switch. You come back here, and I'll go over there.
Okay.
All right.
So talk a little bit about theory. So some of the good news is that over these many years, talked with, of course, an enormous number of people over, I can stand over here for a second. Talk with an enormous number of people about what's their problem, what is it that we need to help you with. And I think the way my simple mind breaks problems down to, in the case of sublimation is really three things. It's the stuff we do at the computer, the stuff we do at the printer, and then the stuff we do at the heat press. And obviously the trick to the process success is to do all three well. And I think teaching people to do stuff at the heat press or the oven is relatively simple. But so it ultimately turns out that the biggest issue is to do things well at the computer. So at the computer, it's your job to make stuff that people want, right?
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
And so, how do you do that? Like the artwork we'll talk about today, which I'm excited about. I wish I'd brought my green jacket. I have a green jacket. My dad's birthday was St. Patrick's Day, so that's really cool. So in the case of the computer, one of the biggest challenges is what I call spot color management. And that is getting expected color. Most people think that they can trust their monitor, and that's, of course, crazy. And so the way you match color is very simple. You print a color chart. Printing the correct color chart or the appropriate color chart is really the key. And so, for instance, I really like in Corel, and we've got this chart where you can download it as a PDF, so any program that would accept PDF, is I like the Pantone Go GOE chart. It has a lot of colors in it. You print it, you sublimate it, you find the color you want, then you reopen the chart, find the color that you picked out, choose that color, design with that color. But in the case of the Pantone Go standard, which is basically, which is a a process color version of what Pantone wants to do in that domain, where still, you know, if you're matching Pantone colors, you need to buy a Pantone book of the Pantone solid coated colors. But at any rate, everybody pretty much should print the Pantone Go Out, sublimate it. I like to sublimate them on 12 by 24 sheets of stuff like metal, FRP, shirts, that kind of stuff. But ultimately in the Pantone Go chart, it still does not get the job done when it comes to red. It just doesn't. And I don't know why, but it doesn't. There's just not enough reds. And so working with my good friend Roger at Corel, this is what we have. So you can download this from our website. You then open it and you print it. If you happen to be using Corel, then the colors in this palette, colors in this chart are built into a palette, and it's probably, the video tells you where to find it within the palette, but it's under like process colors, reds, something like that. So see if we're still on.
Yeah, I think we're still live on Facebook.
Okay.
It just looks funny.
Good deal. So at any rate, the hallmark of a sublimation professional is matching colors, whether it be for your school, church, a business, you name it. Coming close is just not good enough. And so this is an area that we have a lot of expertise and can help you with. So the trick is to do a chart. Also, the trick is to use good color management software on your PC or Mac, and that's where our Spectre Fusion is extremely good, because we're using a professionally done ICC profile by us here at Conde, and it's going to get the job done. So you ready to press? You got it?
I am ready.
Okay.
So, yeah, so I'm going to press some St. Patrick's Day things, and all of the things that I am pressing today are actually on sale. We launched our Spring into Savings sale, and so it's a bunch of fun spring items, and so I picked some St. Patrick's Day stuff, kind of. One of them is this STEIN. This is STIN STEIN. I love these. We have a couple of these at my house, actually. So I'm going to do these with the SF79 in the oven.
Cool.
But first, don't forget, guys, you do have a chance to win one of everything that I sublimate. Oh. Yes, thank you. My mic was low because it was not on. So you do have a chance to win a blank of everything I sublimate if you can do the prices right. So I need you to think about what the retail price, the selling price of each item that I do. Sorry guys, I got the mic. The selling price of everything that I would sell, or what you would sell it for, and then give me the total at the end. And so you have to watch to the end of the show, because that's when I say all the winners. And so I'm also going to give away art packs, and I'm going to show you guys the art packs, even though the screen is going to get kind of funky. So here's the 3 art packs, and it looks like David and I aren't there, but we're there. We're there. So these 3 art packs.
We're the ghost in the machine.
We are the ghost in the machine. So so I'm going to give away 2 of these art packs, and to 2 lucky winners. If you guys
Those
will.
are really good looking.
Thanks. Thanks so much. So if you guys share this video, and let's get our viewership up, I will give away 2 additional art packs. But you have to wait until the end of the show, because that's when I pick the winners. So, okay, we're going to go back to where we actually are. Hey, I don't know why that happened. And we're going to sublimate this mug. So this is the STEIN. This is our, I think it's a 16-ounce Stein, and then I have my SF79. So I'm going to take my scissors that I stole from Miss Sheila again, and I'm going to cut a slit about 3 inches from the bottom. Ooh, these scissors are not very sharp.
And I believe this Stein is actually made in Thailand, and so we're one of the few companies in the whole world that source a great deal of our ceramics from Thailand, in addition to China. So I know everybody's concerned about situations in China, and we're hoping, at least I hope, that warmer weather makes this this virus go away, and the people who get it, that they get better. By the way, one of the things that I've done here at Conde, which I recommend you do the same, but of course I'm not a doctor and I don't play one on TV. I guess we could also say I don't play one on YouTube or Facebook. Is to use the TheraZinc spray. TheraZinc spray. Comes in a little bottle, not very much. You can get it pretty much everywhere. And I believe it to be a miracle worker when it keeps people healthy.
It's pretty gross, but it's effective.
I wish
very
you
effective.
wouldn't use my last name
Sorry,
like that.
sorry.
I'm just kidding.
I
Just
know, I
kidding,
know.
Just kidding. But it's a spray, and if you look online, you'll see where lots of doctors are recommending the zinc lozenges. So this is like a zinc lozenger on steroids, and just I think does a terrific job. So check out TheraZinc, and I don't collect any money from these clicks.
Not sponsored.
So I'm not sponsoring it or whatever. Maybe I should be selling it door to door, but it is it's an amazing product. I travel a fair amount, and I can tell you when I'm starting to feel a sore throat or something like that, spray it, and 9 times out of 10 things get better. So TheraZinc.
TheraZinc, yes, we all use it. Okay, so I cut my slit in my SF79. I slid it over my handle, or slid my handle out of it. I took 3 pieces of tape and I taped it just so it doesn't pull apart. So I tuck it in. I have a lot of people ask me, well, why don't you cut off the excess? You totally can. You can use it. No big deal. I just tuck it because I have a lot of it. So I've got my heat gun. I turn my heat press off because I don't want to blow a breaker. Learn that. So now I am going to heat gun it. Okay.
Awesome.
Just like that. So I had a lot of people saying,
Can you sub the handle on this one?
yes,
you
you can. But I had a lot of people saying, Sprite, how do you get the wrinkles out? So there are still wrinkles. Let me show you guys. Turn this back on. Okay, so I do still have wrinkles. See? So this is the part that I'm sublimating. This I didn't do. Actually, you could, though. You could totally run a piece around the bottom now. So this has a wrinkle, and you guys are going to see that it doesn't really make too much of a difference. So we'll still be okay. All right. Oh, so we're going to put it in the oven for 400 degrees for 14 minutes. So I've got my Hamilton Beach large capacity convection oven, model number 31103D, as in David. I've got an internal thermometer in there, which you cannot see. I'm going to set my timer to 14.
Yeah, let's talk about the time just for a second. There's a tremendous number of people that are now using our SubliShrink technology, and the reports would come in something like this. I did everything per your instructions and it melted. And let's talk about what that means. So what we don't realize in the sublimation process is that we're not really cooking with temperature. You can't cook anything with temperature. You cook it with the heat that this oven puts out. And just like a heat press that's really small and wimpy versus a big heat press like that we have here, our DK20S, this DK20S puts out a lot more heat. So think of it as on your stove, little burner versus big burner. So if you have an oven that for whatever reason is at the right temperature, but it's putting out a lot more heat than this oven, then you're going to have to reduce your time. There's no way around it. You could reduce your temperature, but bottom line is you got to do something. So if you keep putting something in your oven, it's melting, it just means that your oven is putting out more heat than our oven right here that we've used. So for instance, in the back, we've got a lot of ovens. We look like a industrial kitchen with so many ovens. We actually have one of the large fixed Hicks ovens, which is great. It's an industrial oven, and typically you do 11-ounce mug at what, 12 or 13 minutes, and in that Hicks oven, you're probably down to 7 or 9 minutes.
Yeah.
So you're at a radically lower amount of time with an oven that puts out a lot of heat.
Yes, yes. So different ovens, different times. For
Also,
sure.
I've seen other people selling, shrink wrap for sublimation, and pretty much we've sampled a lot of this stuff, and we went to a lot of work to perfect our version of it, and we have our hand in the manufacture of it. So again, if you're using some of these materials that are clear out there, those at least for us melted. We did not have success for those.
Well, they were hard. They were really hard to get off.
Yeah.
We did a lot of testing.
And development of the material.
I'm going to move right along for a second. So the STEIN is 100% ceramic, absolutely. So like I said, it is on sale right now for $3.57. So guys, think about it. How much would you pay for something like that? Okay, so my next product, I really, really like this product, and I don't see it a lot. So this is our tumbled stone. This is STEIN 44MNT. So this is a 4x4 tumbled stone tile. And oh gosh, this is on sale right now for $2.52. So
that is a high-end piece of sublimation stone.
Super, super nice. So, all right. So I have my second piece of art right here. This is my Art Deco pattern. I'm just going to lay it on there. I'm going to fold it and tape it. So I'm going to fold it and put a piece of tape down, and then fold it again and put another piece of tape down. So it's like a sandwich, just like a sandwich. I've got my 1/8 inch heat conductive rubber pad in the heat press. Let me turn the camera a little bit. Oh, it's like we're back in the Stone Age right now with all this.
I'm glad we had our plan B, right?
I know. Okay, so I've got my 1/8 inch heat conductive rubber pad. So I always like to use my heat conductive rubber pad warm. So what I did is I just set it on the bottom press, closed it for a couple seconds, and now it's hot. So I've got my, and I know I hear you guys keep talking about my can of Sprite, and I do have some Sprite, but it's not very cold, so I'm not drinking it. So, okay, so I've got my hot heat conductive rubber. I've got my sublimation sandwich. I've got a big sheet of protective paper. So I'm just going to move this, place protective paper on the bottom, place my stone face up with my image face down, cover it with protective paper, cover it with the heat conductive rubber, which is hot, and then I'm going to press it. So this takes 6 minutes, light pressure. So I'm going to get my two long pressing things out of the way.
Is that an ironclad product?
I don't know. I don't know. That's a good question, David.
I was just wondering if it's what we're coating. Seems like it is.
I think it is, actually. It's the STN 44MT. On sale right now, $2.52. It is a stone product, so you got to watch your pressure. You don't want to put too much pressure on it because you don't want to break it.
It'll make a beautiful addition to your table, coaster, that kind of thing.
Absolutely. So.
Yep, it's ours.
It is ours.
Yep. So made here in the coated here in the United States with the ironclad coating.
So I had a question. I think the question on the time and the temp was on the STEIN was on the mug press, and I'm not sure. You'd have to look that up on the website. For the oven,
probably in a mug press. It's
probably like 4 or
5
5 minutes. And then somebody asked me, do I use the regular oven setting and the timer on my phone, or the convection setting with the built-in timer? So I use the convection setting, but I keep the oven on the stay on mode. That's one of the reasons I like the Hamilton Beach model, is because it has a stay on mode, so I don't have to, I'm not having to turn it back on every 60 minutes. So that's one of my favorite ones.
Yeah, we tried a couple of ovens and sent them right back when we found out they don't have a stay on mode. Very
That's
challenging to use.
Oh,
But
so
these can be done very well in a mug press as well. But do we have a full bleed template for these?
nope, working on it.
So with
Working
a
on
full
it.
bleed template, obviously you're going to have more fun, and you're going to be able to decorate more of it. And then we ought to do one for the bottom section, just see what the results would be. The Thailand ceramics in general are more uniform, coated extremely well, and obviously not really an issue getting them compared to what's happening in China. We're doing pretty well with China. Most of our partners there are doing great. All is good. I would say about the only thing I've heard is if you want an Oki printer, you better buy it now, because they're going to be, Oki does have a very complex supply chain, parts, resistors, you name it, lots and lots of parts go into those Oki printers. And I understand that supply chain shut down, and it's going to be a lot of effort to get it going. I know they will. So we've increased our stock of certain printers in anticipation of that shortage.
Speaking of printers, we have a tip. We have a tip for you guys. So David has 101 tips and tricks, and his tip today is.
So for a lot of people that are successful in their sublimation business, they forget about contingencies, backup plans, preparing for what I call Murphy's Law, right? And bottom line is you should have a plan B and possibly a plan C for every part of your business. So you should back up your data. You should have a backup computer, maybe even two. And when it comes to heat presses and printers, you need to look at how much money you would potentially lose if you were shut down. And so having a backup printer is very important. The challenge right this second, as some of you may be aware of, is that in the near future, Sawgrass will be introducing improved new versions of their printers. And so for folks that may have an SG400 or 800, it'd be nice if you could get your hands on an exact backup, so that your colors are going to be exactly the same. There's no change. And so when we exhaust our supply of 400s and 800s, you're not going to have that option anymore. You're going to have to go with the newer versions of these printers. And so I can tell you that the new versions, of course, everybody will say, well, they're great, they're exciting. But bottom line is, for the last 14 years, maybe even longer, all the printers have been great. They've all produced great color. And the incremental improvements in the grand scheme of things are slight, because it's just a printer, right? It prints a nice image on paper. And we print it, of course, with sublimation ink. So my tip is that, if you're thinking about or don't have a backup printer, then and you have like a 400, 800, or maybe even you have an old printer, I would absolutely tell you that it would be a wise decision to get a new printer. And from our standpoint, I'm going to keep the printers on sale through the 14th. I think most likely I will end our sales because the sales are very aggressive right this second. I'm going to end the sales on the 14th. So if you want a printer, now's the time to buy it. Each of the printers come with a black box, and our black boxes are in short supply also because we sell a lot of printers. And of course, you get the full support of Conde. We're the only company, I think, in the world that I'm aware of, and I know most of my counterparts in other countries. We do after-hours support. We do weekend support for folks up until about 9 p.m. Central Time. And plus we have the Spectrofusion color technology along with Sawgrass's, what used to be VPM is now called STM.
SPM.
SPM, Sawgrass
Print Manager.
Print Manager. And of course, if we can't solve a problem, then we're going to get you over to Sawgrass. So, and we help with that handoff and just go above and beyond to keep you going.
I'll show you guys what I did. So this
Oh, wow.
it's really, really hot. So this is that stone, and so I kept the pattern open so you could see the stone through the back of it, and it's just really, really, really pretty. It's really natural looking. It's really heavy in your hand. I mean, it's rock, so you know, this is a nice piece.
That is absolutely gorgeous. Those are so elegant. If there ever was an elegant product, this is it.
All right, let's see how much time do I have left.
I bet you're so you did it for what, 12, 13? How
The
long?
STEIN I did for 14
Okay.
minutes. So, but you guys know you can look, and when you start to see it coming through, then that means it's done. That means it's done, and it's actually starting to come through. But I'm going to give it another. Yeah, I mean, I could probably take it out. Okay.
Well,
Get
I'd
my
give
other
it
glove.
give it longer. If a product has a great coating on it, generally you can overcook it a little bit, and so you know the Thailand ceramics are just great products. Along with our, you know, we're at the top of the food chain as far as having the ability to pick the best of the best with our vendors. So we're able to get those grade A products, which is the only way I'd have it done anyway. A lot of people ask us, like every hour, how do we cool products? How do we cool mugs, things like that? And years ago we would say, you know, dip it in lukewarm water and cool it that way. We do not recommend that now. What we recommend is that you put it over a powerful fan, possibly put it on top of a cool plate and blow a powerful fan across it. If you just let it cool naturally, the heat will rise. Often the inks will rise to the top. They will get blurry. And so bad things will happen if you don't quickly cool it. So I recommend that you put it across a powerful fan to cool it. Wow. I can see it from here. Very nice.
Cool.
Very nice.
Okay, so this is neat. Look at this. It says, Happy St. Patrick's Day. It's really hot. So I'm going to let that cool. I'll show you guys these a little bit more when I'm done with them. So looks really good.
It did. And you pushed it right to the limit.
I did.
there.
I went all the way to the edge. And guys, I was going to talk about this. So it's a fabric ruler, and you know, it's just a ruler that's like made of kind of fabric, and so that's what I use. I'll just measure the top. I think it was like 4 inches on the top, and then I measured around. It was like 9 inches around. So there we go. Those fabric rulers absolutely must have. So I'll let those cool. We'll come back to them. I'll show you guys a little bit more. Okay, moving right along. So the next thing that I have on sale, which I absolutely
Yes, it was
love.
hot when I touched it.
Yeah, I bet it was. David.
Well, I'm hard-headed. Just ask my wife.
I don't have to. I work with you. I already know. Okay, so I've got my next thing. We have all of our flip-flops are on sale. Guys, if you don't sleep on these flip-flops, these things are really cool. They're on sale right now for under $4. So we're going to go ahead and do these. These are the small ones because I'm wearing these. So the way I do them, you can do the whole backing, but
You don't
personally, yeah, personally, I just like to do the
Makes a great
feet.
bridesmaid gift. Think of all the reasons
So
to sell these.
here in Mobile, we have this really, I don't know, like a tradition. We have this great tradition where everybody goes to this bar called Callahan's down in downtown Mobile, and so everybody dresses up, and so I'm going to wear these to Callahan's.
Cool.
So
Callahan's is absolutely awesome.
it's pretty fun. So I've got some protective paper, and I thought I had a tool, but that's okay. I'm just gonna, we're just gonna do it with a pair of pliers. So, first thing I want to do is lint roll it because it is fabric, so I don't want any stuff
That's
in
sort of
there.
a glorified mouse pad.
Yeah.
It's a fabric laminate to a material. I don't know if it's neoprene. It may be some other
Yeah,
material.
it's not neoprene. So I'm going to press these 400 degrees with a 5-second pre-press with light pressure. So
How
I'm just
many
gonna
sizes do flip-flops come in? Do you remember?
Small, medium, large, and extra large.
Okay.
Yes.
So, great product for many occasions, certainly welcoming spring. How about that? But so you're going to wear them to Callahan's?
I'm going to wear them to
Cool.
Callahan's, yes. Okay, so we'll go light pressure. All right, and then I've got my next design. So this is a repeating square pattern. And yes, yes. Oops, that was too long. So, and actually what I plan on doing, so they come with these, they come with these black straps, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some green fabric and just wrap it around the straps, and so that way it makes it look a little better.
So somebody was asking, are the flip-flops comfy? You know, I would say that they're a good show, but I'm not sure I would walk across the country with them.
Well, I mean, they're pretty soft.
They're soft, but you know, sometimes the fabric straps and some of these things might be nice. So it's certainly a great gift, novelty kind of item. I mean, get a pair. I remember a client came up to me at my class one day, and they had worked for a trophy shop, and the owner of the trophy shop said, "You got to be kidding, we're not going to sell flip-flops." So a young lady there at the trophy shop got them and says, "Well, I want to make something, you know, I like them." And she put a pattern on there, and the next person that walked in bought them.
Yeah.
And they asked why, and they said the lady was there to get something engraved for a wedding, and she said, "This is a perfect wedding gift." And so the moral of the story is, don't let your opinions get in the way of making money.
Which is another great tip that I try to, I bring that into all aspects of my life. So Justin, who is monitoring YouTube, hey Justin, he just asked if the stone tile, somebody asked if the stone tile would hold up outdoors, and the answer is no. You don't want to put any sublimation outdoors because there's only two things that take out sublimation. One is heat, and the other is UV, which is the sun.
So the one exception to that a little bit is the Chromolux EXT metal. It has really a attractive outdoor life, 3 years, that kind of thing. And so that metal, license plates do pretty well. We have a good, better, best kind of license plate here. So there are some products that are going to go outdoors, but ultimately Sprite is correct. Things fade.
All right, so I've got my design and I've got my Pro Spray, so I'm just going to spritz it. I've got my garbage can down because I'm not trying to get my shoes dirty. All right, and then I've got my flip-flops and I'm just going to stick them on there. So I want to make sure I line this up right because I've got my words that run through. Okay. I hope I did this right. I think I did. All right, so I'm just going to flip it over, and then I'm going to press it for 30 seconds, 400 degrees, medium, no,
so just
light
30
pressure.
seconds?
Just 30 seconds. I mean, I hope so, because that's what I'm doing it for. So.
Seems like it need a little bit more time than that.
Oh, gosh.
I wonder.
Oh, gosh, we'll see. I don't know.
You know.
We'll see. We'll see.
Did you read the instructions?
That's where I got it
before?
from. Yeah, I got it from the instructions. So.
I know if you overheat the flip-flops, you can cause the fabric laminate to come off. It'll delaminate. I don't know. That's a short time.
Hush, hush. All right, here we go. Oh gosh, now I'm nervous.
Well, just do the Sprite
Well,
peek
but
test.
it doesn't really work with Pro Spray because, okay.
Oh, you can peek at it a little bit.
Oh, ye of little faith.
It worked.
It worked. So,
Good job. So our instructions are good.
Yeah, whew. So it says, and I'm going to put my little straps on it, and then I'm going to decorate my straps with green, and they're going to be really cute.
Cool.
So, yeah.
Good job.
Thanks so much. So, so I just had a comment about these, and somebody said there is a left and a right one, and they are correct. So they come with the black straps, or you can get the white straps, and they have either an L or an R on them. And of course, I grabbed 2 L's because I wasn't paying attention. So we need flip-flops with the toe part, without the toe part. So you guys just want it with the strap. Okay, I got you. I hear you. I see you. So normally I would take, we have a tool, but I also don't have the tool, so I'm just going to use some pliers, and I'm just going to grab it and pull it through. And there we go, just like that, just like that. So you do the same thing for the top and the 2 side ones. So I wonder if my top camera works. Let's see. It does, but it's not really oriented, so that's okay. All right, that's okay. So I've just got my tweezers, my pliers. I'm just going to stick it all the way through the hole. I'm going to grab a hold of this little piece right here, squeeze and pull. Just like that. And then just do the same on the other side. There we go, just like that. Doop. Okay, so there's one. I'm just going to go ahead and do both of them because if I don't. All right, so here's the second one. So I'm just pulling it through.
So you're going to do both lefts?
Yeah, well, you know, I mean, whatever. Nobody's going to wear them. Well, I'm going to wear them. I am going to wear them. I'll get another one. I will totally get another one. I just want to see them finished. I was super excited about this pattern, and now I don't get to see it finished. So, and thank you, David. You're right. I do have 2 left feet.
In my classes, I tell people, you know, just that I'm not a flip-flop person. My entire family wears flip-flops, but I'm not going to wear flip-flops. And again, just goes back to, you know, don't let your opinions get in the way of making money. When I teach, I always ask, you know, opinions, and I would say that a lot of us men are just we need to be drug out of our comfort zone, and I think that's why the ladies are so much more successful in the sublimation world, because they will get out of their comfort zone and, you know, try new products and do all sorts of things, and that's a lesson for us.
Okay, all right. Okay, great. Last thing. Okay, so here we go. Here's my last thing. My last thing today is this notebook. I really like this notebook. This is BDR912A. This is on sale right now. So this is a large fabric covered canvas like notebook. So this is a really, really nice product. So it comes with, so it has a fabric cover, sublimatable cover, and then you open it up and it comes with the lined paper, and it has the little loop, and it has the, so, okay. So for this one, we're going to do my last pattern. Well, we've already done this pattern. This pattern is called Art Deco, and so I didn't put the instructions for the notebook. I'm going to look it up real quick.
I know you need to, you'll need to pre-press
Yeah.
and you need to lint roll, obviously.
Yeah.
Pre-pressing is particularly important to just flatten the area.
Okay.
And then, did you see it?
No, well, I pulled it up. So, all right, product instructions. Thank goodness for the website.
Yeah, and
400 degrees,
let me
60
add,
seconds.
you do have a day job, right, around here?
I do, yes, sir.
So we have a lot of fun doing these lives, of course. And I guess maybe some companies have full-time crews, but of course we don't.
No, we just work when we want to. We just, you know. So I see you, Ernesto, about the sheets of air fresheners, and we're definitely trying. All right, so I lint rolled my notebook, and I'm going to take it and I'm going to hang it off the press. So you guys know, or you've heard me talk about when I do this, I like to hang it to the side of the press that is open, because that way I can give, like, I don't have to close the top platen directly flush with the bottom platen. I can hang it off at an angle a little bit, which gives me more coverage. All right,
And
so
sometimes on that black edge, we recommend a piece of Teflon to protect that black edge.
we do, but I don't see that in the instructions, so I'm hoping it's not in there. Let's see. Yeah, this is fine. This is fine. This is going to be fine. Okay, so I'm going to press this with medium pressure I'm going to give it a pre-press. It doesn't say to give it a pre-press, but I'm going to give it a pre-press. I'm going to give it a pre-press. Okay. We're going to go medium pressure. Oh, thanks, Tony. I see Tony just said 400 degrees at 60 seconds. I appreciate that. Okay, so just a couple seconds. Yeah. I think hanging it off is just to protect this part. So, okay, so we're going to pro spray it, which is here. So pro spray is just a spray tack. For those of you guys that don't know, it's just a spray adhesive rated for the heat that we use in sublimation. So I'm going to line up my artwork with my notebook. So I want to make sure that I orient this correctly, because I have done it incorrectly before. I'm going to use my heat press.
And there are a number of notebooks. I saw a lot of the traffic comments about we've got a large number of, we even got some felt notebooks.
Yes, we do.
I especially like those. So I guess check out all the different notebook kind of products that we have. I think there's a smaller version.
There is. This is actually the largest of 3 sizes. So we have a, oh, that's not right. So we have this one is the large one. This is a 9x12. I think we have like a 5x7 and then another size. They're all BDRs. So this is on sale right now for $9.42. Somebody asked. Oh, Justin's already on it. Good job, Justin, answering those questions. Okay, so yeah, so we're going to let that go. All right, guys. So I've got plenty of viewers on Facebook and YouTube. So
Extremely good numbers.
I'm going to give away some artwork in just a minute.
Yeah, for those that are going to be at the show next week, we're excited about it. Somebody said we'll be at the Atlantic show. Since the shows are so close, sorry, we will not be at the Atlantic City show. So apologize for that. So hard to be at 2 places at once, I guess, you know. Both are good. I'm hoping we get rid of all our cold weather. I'm ready for spring.
I'm ready for the time change. Y'all don't forget the time changes this weekend.
I wish they wouldn't time change.
Yeah, I wish they wouldn't either. I should have used some more pressure, but it still looks pretty good. So, boom. I love this product because I am a notebook junkie. And also, yeah, take the silicone out. That's how you catch a fire right there. So you guys can see, I should have used more pressure. So down here, it's a little bit